Okay, hello to everyone. Today I have it's a wonderful and amazing and just like super successful and unique guest in our podcast who's going to be sharing his insights from how he built multiple $100 million company and how many companies he have been acquired but during the building that main company. Let me just tell you a bit more about him, who is that person and what actually he is doing in life. So today we have in our podcast George Snow. Is my mentor, is my friend, and he's a serial entrepreneur and active investor in the different industries. And he is founder of the Snow Teeth Whitening, Frost Smile Care, powerhouse brands, and Inala. It's only just small pieces of the companies which he has, and he was able to bring them to the level like Snow Teeth Whitening to the $100 million a year to turnover revenues, profitable revenues only there. Plus, he is has been nominated with his brand as the American fastest growing company, which makes the difference in Forbes. And he got the first spot there. Like that person gonna be definitely for sharing with you some valuable information, which you have to listen carefully and really make the notes, because he is scaling businesses without any kind of advertisement is there, but without any kind of overthinking. He knows how to scale that by acquiring companies, by making the right decisions. So really, Josh, are excited to being here today with you on live stream, where like our audience will be asking you questions, and I prepare already some of them and want to hear a lot from you. What's up, my man?
Hey, thanks for having talking for a while, and excited to share my nuggets of wisdom that may be helpful to the audience. There's always so much going on. There's always so much to update, and so many being shared. It's always exciting to be pause and answer some questions, and as well, it really does help me and is the questions that are out there, what people are thinking about, and it gives me a chance to make sure that I'm thinking about all of the things that I should be thinking about as well. And sometimes the audience helps me rethink about some things that maybe I take for granted sometimes in our business. So I'm really excited to be here, really excited to share.
Awesome, man. So let's just start it from the beginning in terms like who you are, how what is your brand means, and for you, and like what's exactly is making different for the world. And from there we'll move forward for more details about how you managing the several brands. Sounds good?
Absolutely. I'm just grabbing a few products I just happen to have here. So Snow is the brand that I'm most known for. I've been building Snow for about 7 years now. And Snow started off as a teeth whitening focused brand. We now are an overall oral care brand, still known very famously for our whitening. We've whitened millions of smiles now at this point. This paste here, this is our morning formula. So we've infused it with vitamins, so magnesium, chamomile. Oh, this is nighttime. Magnesium, chamomile, theanine. Fall asleep. It helps ease your anxieties. It's a great nighttime. And underneath your tongue, you absorb those vitamins. So this is where today started. So today it's advanced toothpaste. This retails for about $12, so it's not super expensive. A couple bucks more, but you're getting those vitamins. Hopefully, much better flavor, better experience. No colors, no artificial flavors. So really, but oral care, and 8 billion people in the world have teeth. So it's a very large market, but it's a traditionally very difficult market to break into. And so in the very beginning, this looks a little different than what it looked like in the beginning, but I created an system, the Snow Teeth Whitening system. Invented language similar to Starbucks invented their own language, venti, frappuccino. So I created teeth whitening wands, which are like magical. They whiten your teeth. So that has our proprietary whitening serum that we're famous for. This is a multi-award winning kit now. And when I launched this, people said, nobody's going to spend the $150 at home. There are strips that are available for $30 or $40. They can go to the dentist for $500. And I said, well, there's got to be a middle. There's got to be something that people can get professional and results at
Josh,
home.
my apologize.
Yes.
My apologize for 1 second. The people just saying that you have like kind of blurry camera and something with your internet connection. Have you connected to the right Wi-Fi? Yeah, because I just checked from my end. Yeah, there is a logins. There is lag.
Okay, so this is a fresh Wi-Fi signal. Let's try this one.
It should be better. I hope so. I will follow in. Sorry, yeah. I will be following that. If it will be the same, I will tell you.
Yeah, let me know.
So far, awesome, man. So yeah, sorry. We'll continue about the strips because that.
So this is the first version, right? So people said $150. No one's going to buy it. So close to 2 million teeth white systems all around the world. We bootstrapped the business. I bootstrapped it to $100 million. So the first $100 million in sales, zero outside funding. Everything was funded. And still to this day, I haven't taken money off the table. I'm still, I'm the majority of my net worth in terms of equity is still held up in snow. I've been fortunate and have some very large transactions selling some companies, some to our public company competitors. So I have all of my investments and my investment portfolio has been built over the last 15 years of being an entrepreneur. That has been building snow. And started, the idea was, I believe that oral care, and I still believe this today more than ever, that oral care should be part of the cosmetic discussion. So when people are buying skincare, hair care, they're buying better shampoo, better food that they're eating, better dog food that they're feeding their dogs. We believe that customers the same type of options inside of oral care where they can have vitamins in their toothpaste. We have activated charcoal floss picks. So instead of just floss picks, we're coating that with charcoal to help reach those hard to whiten stains in between the teeth, obviously to floss out your teeth. And then this is our all-in-one system, which we have a 21-day challenge. So people use this for 20 days. 100% people see 27% see results after the first use. And we get to control it. How to go famous for not causing the sensitivity of other sensitivity. Really powerful. And it's a really good value. This lasts up to 75 treatments. So you can treatment alone costs $500. You can get up to 70. And it's now made in the USA. We're as far as I know, the top selling teeth whitening system that's made in the USA. Everything else is made in China or somewhere else. And so that's some of the innovation from Snow today. We have millions of followers on social media, over 5 million combined followers. We have 2.5 million customers that we talk to and show new products, etc. We have over a 50% returning customer rate on our online business. So a lot of people come back. Insane. We have a growing subscription business. Toothpaste is naturally subscriptive. So $12 every 3 months. And someone's able to not worry about getting their toothpaste, in the future. So the business today has definitely evolved. We now have 35 plus products, but at the very beginning, it was the idea of oral care, building from scratch that would provide teeth whitening benefits at home, sensitivity, and that was the initial idea. And the timing was right. It couldn't have been better. We spent now over $100 million in advertising just for the Snow brand alone. And social media, that window was wide open for us, in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. And then the last few years, we've been focused on an omni-channel brand.
Yeah, like I remember exactly our first meeting ever in 2021. You were
Yeah.
inspired me about like I was looking on the companies through the advertising, since I'm like in agency space. I'm by
Right.
myself advertiser, and when I was like, okay, how should I look? Your camera disappeared just in case. So I was like thinking how to scale over 10 mils a year, like what's the next steps? And you actually opened it for me about the omnipresent being everywhere, and in the same time bring more and more bring more and more attention to your competitors, and instead of beating them, just offer them a deal, and yeah, like scale that through that way. So I'm really wondering, like exactly
Yes.
as you said, since 2020, this is where your biggest scale started. Can you share like what
Correct.
steps has been done that it makes the biggest difference in your brand?
That's a great question. So, uh, as we were scaling, we added everything: Pinterest ads, shopping ads, YouTube shorts. I mean, like you can imagine, connected TV, Spotify ads, podcast ads, billboard ads. So like I filmed an infomercial. We spent 6 figures on me filming an infomercial that never really we never ended up. So it was a waste of time and money, but going and doing all of these different activities to grow the business, because in our mind, a lot of people have teeth. The brand is scale. Let's keep adding these channels. But then we started to run into issues in terms of, not every channel is going to be the exact same attribution. There's, it makes a complex situation that much more complicated. You have to hire more people to manage that complicated system. So I said, well, wait a second. We're not the only ones that thought of, oral care or whitening. There are other brands out there, and the market's really big. So if some have made it, the windows tighten. It's harder to start one today, but the ones that are still around for, even sometimes they've been around longer than Snow, but they have, let's say for example, they're masters of TV advertising, and they figured out, and that's where the majority of their customers come from. They don't do any Facebook, they don't do any retail, they just do TV ads. Company that we want to acquire, want to partner with, because for us to be able to we're constantly coming out with products. I mean, I'm testing here some new flavors straight from the lab, coconut, different watermelon flavors. So we're constantly testing, new products. And so when I think about acquiring a brand that has all of their sales come from TV, and to us, almost none of our sales come from TV, there's a instantly merchandise the Snow product line on TV. They do it, have the contract, they have the media buyers for TV, they know which offers work well, they have decreased pricing because they've been working with the station for a long time. So they have all of these things they're coming with, and they're not the biggest business in the world. They might be making a couple $1 million a year, profitable, and it's all from TV. And if they had more products, like we have 35 products now plus, they would be able to sell more on TV and buy even more air. It's just they only have a few products, and TV is the only way they make money, and they have to pay themselves from the money that they make, so they don't take a lot of risk. That's a lot of business owners are in that position. But for example, if we want to launch TikTok, want to get stronger in TikTok, it's better for me to download a TikTok spy tool. I can see which ads are running really successfully in oral care, toothbrush, teeth whitening, all these categories that we're in. I can then reach out to whoever owns that business and say, would you taking an investment from us? I want to learn more about what you're doing on TikTok. We want to expand Snow on TikTok. So you're essentially buying into these traffic channels. Same thing with SEO. If you lost, you go on Google and search best weight loss supplement, best weight loss pill, whatever it is, and you can see who's ranking on top 10. It's not you, someone else is. You want to reach out to those people and see what does it take to maybe acquire that website, because now you can now control that traffic and not have to pay for that traffic. Same thing with groups, Instagram pages. There's all sorts of ways to partner and a lot of acquire the asset so that you're not having to build a whole team on TV, build film an infomercial. You go through all these processes when there's someone already successfully, and partnering with them is going to buy you so much more time. This scenario, when we go and partner with these other companies, Snow is usually a lot bigger than the companies we're partnering with. So we have a lot to offer. We can offer them our expertise. We can offer them our 2.5 million customers that we can put products to. There's a lot of, over time, we come to offer to them.
Win-win for both of you.
That's like, yeah, they're going to get cash. If we're buying the business, or we're buying, let's say, 80% of it from the founder, they're going to get cash. They're going to get a cash earnout. They're going to hold on to stock, which is instantly going to be worth more as a part of the Snow portfolio than on their own. So they're going to benefit from that. They're going to, if they want to stay involved and they want to keep selling products, let's say they sell their own toothpaste as well. Well, that's okay, because there's a huge space. 700 million tubes are sold. If they're doing well selling their own toothpaste and they have their audience, well, can we expand that? Immediately we can give scale, because instead of making 100 tubes a month, 1 million tubes a month. So cost of goods down, shipping costs go down. They can now ship internationally because we ship internationally. So there's a lot of win-win. All of our retailers, Best Buy, Bed Bath Beyond, even Market, Saks, Nordstrom, all these retail partners, that we're also able to double dip and bring the people that we acquire into Walgreens, into Target, so that we can grow together, improve the product, improve the cost of goods, the experience, customer benefits, because from ideally lower costs, the economies of scale, they're able to share in the loyalty program. So if you're buying a Snow toothpaste and you're buying, like, one of the brands we acquired is called Clean, Klen. If you buy a Clean tongue scrubber, you get $10 off the teeth whitening kit, for example. So now you're able to share the loyalty subscription program, because now you're shipping from one place instead of 5 places. There's economies of scale. So my belief is that will be not the portfolio, but we will represent premium oral, elevated oral care that costs a few bucks more, but it doesn't use the ads. And that's the idea. But instead of trying to do it all ourselves, there's already someone ranking number 1 for weight loss on. It's better for you to spend 3 months figuring out how to partner with that person, because sometimes we're using cash. So the more creative you get, the more you're able to convince someone. If you have an offer to them, it's a win-win scenario. And now instantly, because a lot of these media websites, they're not selling products. They're just selling AdSense to Amazon. So they don't have a business model that would justify
informational websites mostly, yeah? Okay. That's cool. You see, even I didn't know about that, about informational websites. So means you're looking, like, not on the brands out there, you're looking for a place where is millions and millions of people visiting every single month the website, which is it's your audience, and you're gonna be just adding there your product, your specific products, which is gonna be reliable to their niche, to their particular audience. So can you tell me, like, it's obviously it's easy to hear, to say, I mean, the idea understandable, but how hard is negotiate? How many times you hear no, or, like, if you hear no, you're still negotiating, or you're moving forward to another platform? That's important for the guys who really have brands, 10 mils a year, let's say, and they're looking like, okay, how to scale that? What exactly the steps would you suggest to do in this case to move forward and try to acquire or partner with such kind of platforms?
That's a great question. The important thing is to remember how valuable this is to your business. Like I always have next to me, these are companies, the personal care space that were acquired. So, like, Kylie Cosmetics, 1.7 billion. What's the valuation? 6.6 times sales, 25 times profit. So when you're thinking about this, if Facebook ads and you just double your Facebook ads in 2 years, that's valuable to someone buying your business investing, but it would be more valuable if you spent the 2 years literally following up as much as you can. Whoever ranks Google for the keywords that are being searched, you can use a tool like SEMrush, Ahrefs, I like to use, and you search in something like weight loss, best weight loss, how many people in the US, who's ranking, how many hits are getting on estimate, what's the conversion rate. You can apply at least a 3% conversion rate for people that click on yours. So 3% of the traffic will at least click on yours. We see sometimes 8-9% click-through rates to our link. So you know that that's valuable. You go to sell your business one day, you go public, you go to raise money. They're going to say, okay, Anatoly, show me a breakdown of your sales, diversification of sales. Be able to show them, I spent 6 months, I flew out to meet the owner of weightloss.com. I showed him that we have really good products. And we created a supplement line together that we own 50-50. And we're going to use his SEO visits every month that he gets for free, sell our products to instead of other people's products because they're much better. And that's how we're going to make millions off of that. And he's willing to help promote my supplement line and just get a cut of the sales. So we'll have 2 products on that website now. It comes down to your ability to storytell. What is your deal? Do you sell yoga mats? Well, do you sell yoga accessories? Can you make a private labeled line with the largest yoga forum and say, hey, we want to, it's getting 5% of our sales. We actually want a private line, a custom line. We'll start with 1,000 units. We'll do a kit, a yoga mat, a yoga block, and something else. And now it's essentially a collab. This idea because I spent tens of millions collaborating with influencers, Kardashians, all kinds of celebrities, right? And so I thought about it and I said, well, what used to be good about the influencers was that they had built-in traffic. So if they posted your hair, your shampoo, a ton of visibility and a ton of sales. Now that the organic algorithm has waned and it's no longer as powerful, you go, well, where is the intent? The intent is on Amazon. It's on Google. It's always been on Google. It's on YouTube. So where are people searching? So if you go on YouTube, let's say you're selling shampoo, you type in best shampoo, you can see all the YouTube videos that are organically there for best shampoo. You reach out to them on the YouTube channel and say, how much would it cost to put an annotation in your video to my product? How much to put it in the description box, a link to, and you can put affiliate link, whatever they want, a link in there. What about the pinned comment? So you have at least three areas of an old, still generating views every day for the best shampoo.
Oh, for existing video, not a new.
Video.
Okay.
Because we'll do new. Hopefully it ranks, whatever. But this one already ranks on Google. So it's already generated. You can use a YouTube tool to see how many hits it's getting every day. If it's getting 10,000 hits a day, to me, that's like having an SEO website that's getting 10,000 a day because it's searching for best shampoo. They're clicking the video. Now on the old, they can't edit it, but they can add annotations. They can add a link in the description. The best shampoo for 2023. Get the best deal here. Click this link. And then a comment that says, hey, everybody, if you're looking for the best shampoo in 2023, I only recommend this brand moving forward. Another link in there, trackable, Google, UTM even. So now you've got 3 areas on an existing video that you can jump on. If you do that, you get a VA to do that for you for all the keywords on YouTube. Before you know it, you've got probably 1 million that you're in front of for very little cost. And it just sits there and generates you sales for as long as you want. You can use where the link redirects, you can use a bit.ly link, whatever you want, and hijack the existing as the high intent that's already there. That is the same thing as influencer marketing. If a channel has a lot of reach and a lot of ranking videos, they're going to start generating me sales tomorrow. If they put my link in there, within hours, usually I'm generating sales already because the video is already ranking. It's already there. Tweaking it. Same thing with SEO rankings on Google and Bing. Same thing with Facebook groups. Same thing with Instagram pages, but the best are going to be the highest intent stuff. And one thing that we've been doing a lot of recently is Amazon editorial. So people are searching for best shampoo on Amazon. There are these editorial magazines and editorial blogs that show up and they promote products through their editorial. Well, I want my team to reach out to those editorial people on Amazon because we have an Amazon storefront. We can drive Amazon reviews. So we want to reach as many of those people as well because they're already generating traffic. They already have listicles. And so you want to search like best Mother's Day gifts. If your product is a good Mother's Day gift, why aren't you on all of those pages on the first page of Google? You should be reaching out because during Mother's Day, those tens of millions of dollars in sales for all the brands. And if you're not on there, you're not taking part of any of those sales, you know?
And when you're dealing with that, like I believe you're supposed to have like kind of affiliate manager or like team or maybe agency which you're using to grow that because it's really huge. All the social media space you have to reach out, speak to them. I mean, definitely it's not done by you. How big is your team for that?
Okay. I started by myself. And so what I did is I just searched best shampoo for hair loss. Are we on any of these? No. Okay. I put them in a little Google sheet. And then I used, I found the editors or the writers LinkedIn. I use a tool like Rocket Read, Tact Out, Signal Hire. It gives me their email address, their cell phone number from their LinkedIn. So now I can reach out to them. And so I started the first few, just your email. It's about being persistent. It's about organizing your follow-up. And then and I got my first listing. It was like top 11 whitening products of 2022 or whatever. And so I did that myself, reached out to them, and then they tried the product. I sent them the product, and then boom. And that generated.
What was the deal? Do you remember?
For
6 figures, yeah.
Well, so over 100,000 in sales that we can attribute directly to the link that we're tracking on that listicle that's ranking on Google already that we weren't on before. And so the deal that we ended up striking was we ended up advertising the online magazine. We did a banner ad advertising deal, but that got us in front of their advertising team. That got us in front of their editor team. We were able to send. I just kept emailing and texting, follow up. But that's how strong it is for your business that if you're able to jump on in front of maybe 10 pages that are averaging maybe 20,000 hits a month, there's 200 high-end traffic for you. You can make a couple million a year in your pocket just this approach of YouTube videos, Google, and Amazon, where the high intent is, and putting your product in front of that. That's before even buying the website. If you have the money, you might want to go out and just buy the website, and you know how much sales they're sending to your competitors. So if you build something better and you disclose and you say, now the sales come here, you're going to make your money faster on whatever you pay for. You might even raise money to buy that website, but it's a lot more better of an approach than trying to figure out every sales channel yourself or just trying to get better on Facebook. You can expand your product line by acquisition. You can line partnering as well. You don't have to spend all the time to do these deals, but then your business is worth a lot more because when you go to sell your business, they go, oh, you're doing Facebook, but you also have 20% traffic coming from YouTube organic, 20% coming from your Google. And then the affiliate stuff in the beginning, you start with UTM links. You can use Refersion or some type of referral program. We flow now at the advanced stage for like large affiliates, but you really just need a UTM, some type of referral track. Get fancy. That's pretty much it. And then a lot of them want to use Amazon Associates. So if you have an Amazon store, you just give them the Amazon Associates link, and then you can tell them you'll give them an extra spliff on top of that. But Amazon's paying for that out of their portion, and so you as well use Amazon. And a lot of these people prefer to use Amazon. And if they don't, you can use something else like Refersion or Google UTM, however you feel comfortable tracking it. But the idea is that you want to not give up on getting these placements because they're going to be worth 10 times enterprise value to your their cash flow. You work on them once, you never have to worry about them again. Once I worked on that listings once myself, I was able to now train my team, and it's just reach out through email, keep following up. We want this product on there. We can use Amazon links, whatever they want to use. So it's really just, it's very monotonous job. It's a lot of follow up and things like that. But when I think about it, I'm not going to outrank, WebMD for oral care. So I might as well figure out how to work with them so I can get that placement and get people to see, our products.
Everything is really like, if we speak about someone who just need to start with doing this stuff, everything is much more simple that everyone are thinking. So like you said, you just start reaching out by yourself, you scrub the emails, you start reaching out. This is because you're a legit brand. Like you're already a multiple 7-8 figure brand, which is obviously has the name and audience, trust and quality, and you just reaching out and doing the simple old school outreach, guys, girls, that's a simple thing to bring your journey, your business to the next level. Insane.
Nobody does it because it's too,
exactly. No. It's too simple. Nobody thinking about that.
Yep.
Amazing. Okay, so you yourself, it really shows you one win. You understand, okay, this is the thing, this is how we have to go, and you just find out the way how to scale it, how to move forward that by teaching your team doing exactly the same what you done. Listen, I remember what
just rinse repeat. They just repeat the process
exactly. Don't know what's working.
That's it.
Amazing. I see a bunch of questions from the live chat. There is a couple of questions we'll choose, but I remember one question which I have seen, and I was wondering, as I know that in 2017, you were having kind of charity, charity special deal, buy one give one. So you were doing that exactly for third world countries, and there was a question can you tell us more about the buy one give one program and how it impacts both Snow as a company and the community, which is also supported too? Are you doing that, and how that was impacted? Because it's actually interesting thing how you can scale your brand and help other people.
Yeah, I mean, with we saw the impact was during COVID. That COVID broke out, sales dramatically online. People weren't buying teeth white, toilet paper, and hand sanitizer and masks. And so
most necessary things.
Exactly. And we decided to pivot and say, well, families aren't getting access to food during these times, families that are starving. So can we do a 20% off sale so that people get excited to get a good deal? But we also give meals to families during that time. So we did that program, and that was very successful commercially, but it was also successful because it's connected on the giving side as well. And so people felt they were getting a good, but and we did a stay home and whiten, stay in your homes. You can whiten from home. This is what we're known as. People started jumping on Zoom and on their smile that much more. So it was top of mind concern. And then we started that into more product. So how can we, for example, our floss picks are made from recycled BPA-free plastic. So we try to think of the environment, society, how can we impact, for example, our kids line, Frost, our toothbrushes for the kids are biodegradable, and they're also, the kids also can give back. So when they're buying a nice little toothbrush for a few bucks, they know that another kid that 19 million Americans access to debt. So if we can start to make an impact by selling, build that into the recycled nature, the biodegradable nature, and then the buy one give one nature of the toothbrush to the kid. Ramp up our giving on the side through our retail partners as well. A lot of our retail partners are very excited about giving. So I would say, if you have a really strong offer, a lot of times just the giving aspect, normally don't lead with that in the marketing, because we don't want to be seen solely as a giving company. We want our products and our results to speak first, and then we want it to be a nice bonus company. And so I think now, as the company has grown, we think about every single product and we think, can we donate, for example,
make an impact.
We'll make an impact. We'll donate at least $1 million this year of a mix of cash and most goods that we're giving. And luckily, we're in a space where everybody could use floss, everybody could use toothpaste, everybody could use more toothbrushes, and there are a lot of shelters and charities that take in these products. So that gives us the added benefit to be able to make an impact, even if it's through giving product out. We're giving the same product that we sell at Neiman Marcus, 1,000 toothpaste tubes. That's super high end. We're giving that to, say, women's shelters, or and the kids give one month. It's nice. I think it does help across the board. I think it helps on the team morale. I think it helps me feel good that we're doing something instead of just working all day producing for business. We know that we're creating jobs. Through those jobs, we're creating opportunities to give. Products that we sell, there are billions of toothpaste tubes that go out and sit in landfills. We're constantly thinking about how can we make things from recycled plastic. What is really the best fit? We became carbon neutral. We're looking at next. So ways of the environment, and then on the society way, we can't at the same time. Things take time. But there are companies being started today. Snow's 7 years old now, but there are companies started to all recycled. They're all zero plastic, and they 20% of the product. But I would say if you can balance a strong offer for the audience, a relevant cause. So if you sell food, providing families with meals could be something that's interesting. So find something that connects, and then do something that is meaningful, but you don't dream about it. It could be 5% of profits go to surgery that people can't afford, and you're able to highlight the giving that as a part of the community, so people can see the good that you're doing, not just because you want to get credit for it, but it becomes a part of the ethos of your brand. And when people see people doing well, they want to do well, and it's like a giving tree. So I think it's good for marketing, it's good for sales, it's great for the community, it's great for team morale, as long as it doesn't totally distract you, where you're product lines just for charity and it's not succeeding. The more successful you are. It is important that you focus on that and then continue to give along the way. I think that's the key.
I 100% agree with you. Even my first ever successful store in dropshipping space was it was a niche cat store, and when I added we are actually giving percentage of our sales to the cat shelters, it started taking off. And I was actually, it's true, it was small revenues, but I was sending some amount to the shelters, which is I'm making impact. But yeah, I was just trying to brainstorm from my side, and that's actually what started working out. And this is what you are doing, especially during the COVID side. It's brilliant. From one way, but from another way, who cares when you are helping several people out there, improving?
And nobody else does
in terms of exactly.
Not
that's what I'm saying.
Do it. Not enough people do it. So who cares? And I think it should be that way. I think that give back even more than you. They should have more attention in the marketplace, because if they have great service, great experience, but they also are able to maybe use better packaging, better for the earth, or they have some type of charity aspect. And people want to, nowadays more than ever, after GoFundMe and all this giving, that feel a connection to that. And there's brands like 4Ocean. They do the bracelets, very successful, 100 million in sales, and it's just great to give back to. There's Ivory Ella, which is the elephant brand that the elephants. They've given over 10 from their product. They've made tens of millions of dollars now at this point. So they've been very successful with this giving cause, and it also makes your targeting easier. If you're targeting people who like cat shelters or who give, and then they see this brand that they could subscribe to, and it goes to help more cats. It makes your targeting easier. It makes subscription stuff. People, you can talk about your business a little more openly. Really strong model. So you got to think about it. And how does it naturally, like you did with the cat shelter? That's a perfect example. How does it naturally with your business? We give away toothbrushes because kids need toothbrushes every 3 months. Toothpaste. So we give product, but then that's not enough for us. We know that we could give meals, money to other causes that our audience might be interested in, that we're interested in. The idea is that as much as they should. So even if you're doing 5%, 1%, it's still something that people can attach to. And like you were doing, writing those checks every month, it feels good. I mean, it's able to do these things.
Be a part of that.
They give you an SEO backlink. And so you go, well, now I'm getting SEO backlink from some of the top shelters, and the money is going directly to help the cats, and we can show that. So there's a way to create win-win scenarios. And the problem is that people either wait, they're really rich back, or they don't see the win-win scenario in the short term. And so that, like right now, we're developing an application that allows, there are, quote unquote competitors out there, but in our foundation, we saw an opportunity to branch out, and I'm creating the software for every Shopify owner, every WooCommerce owner, be able to round up for charity. So now your customers can round up inside of the shopping cart. There are existing applications out there. We've got some unique features we want to bring and make it free for everybody to use, so that people can add it to your Shopify, choose something like the cat, and then do conversion rate optimization to increase your conversion rate, increase the AOV. So it's a smart AI working system. So that way you can justify having this on your website. Like, why do we have this roundup? AOVs are higher, conversion rates higher, lifetime value is higher. All these things are higher because of working with these guys. And that's what we're building right now behind this. I see that
That's amazing
to do it, but it has to be a win-win. Even though people say, yeah, I want to give back, if they're focused in their business and they don't see the win-win, it get distracted. And so if we, like you did, mesh it together, then when the business grows, the check, and they support multiple organizations. You can videotape it, not just to show off. Yes, it's a marketing asset. The audience and say your bracelet helped this whole thing, and they get to watch it and involved in its content. That becomes an advertisement that you're running on YouTube. So it becomes a thing. So I think it's easier to talk about it. But brand is something there where you go, it's better ingredients, it's biodegradable, and they give back to kids that need dental care. So if you have that extra layer, I feel like every brand should think about what is that extra layer, even if it's 1% of, even afford it or you really need the money, do 1% of profits, choose something, and the tax write-off, and it's going to make you feel great.
Good point.
It's going to feel great because you can do it with your family and your team. You can put, do it as an exercise, and then maybe you blog about it, or you post on your Instagram and say, we're so excited to give what we were able to give here to the charity. Help us give $10,000 this month. It's like you're helping with the meter instead of help us sell them brushes. It's help us give away 10,000 toothbrushes. So now the sense of urgency is strong, but it's not about make us more money. It's about we need to sell 10,000 toothbrushes so we can give away 10,000 toothbrushes. So now everybody's around the give instead of make us $1 million. And then in reality, we give away 10,000 toothbrushes. They get a good deal. We sell. Everybody's happy. So if you frame it in that way, every few months, you can attach it to promotion. You can have with it.
Amazing, man. Listen, like so many insights about that. And actually, it's one of the things which is every owner must be doing. Even like you said, at least 1% of from the profit. And especially according to this question, very important, especially onto your deal, like not 1% of profit. It was buy one and give one for someone for free. So it's really a huge deal. And I just would like from my end to understand how you were specified that deal, that it was profitable for you. And as well, I see from live stream, there is a great question related to that. Do you have a specific in mind when it comes down to pricing and margins? So according to this kind of thing, it's very important to know your numbers and have this kind of rules in place.
We got in trouble because we started like buy one, get one free is probably 50% off. So really strong offer and people love it, especially if you're in anything that's consumable, replenishable. I mean, even laptops, buy one, get one, people would go crazy for, even if they don't need 2 laptops, they'll go crazy. So the conversion rate is pretty strong. It's stronger on returning customers than it is on first-time customers because buy one, get one free, they don't get. So they're like, I'm going to get 2 of them. I don't know. But it's still a strong offer. So economics wise, though, we got in trouble because we started doing buy one, get one free. Or we did it for the entire website one time. So every product that you buy, you get one of equal or lesser value. The problem is shipping. Shipping starts. So now you're $25 for shipping instead of $5. So that starts to eat into the margin. And then if people return the product, you're going to pay return shipping a lot of times, so another $25. What else? People can sometimes resell the product because they're getting sell it. We have a whole counter that's just all day, stuff. We can't stop people from one-off reselling if it's a customer, but it kind of floods the market as well. So you have to be careful on which products you're applying to. Margin perspective, you got to bake in customers. Are they paying for taxes? Are they paying for shipping? Are you paying for shipping? How much does that really cost? Because if you're one, you could ship it for $6, $7 US. If you stack 2, it might be $20. It might be 15. It might be 25. Shipping to Canada, are we charging enough on the buy one get one free? If we're giving free shipping, that's eating into it. So all of a sudden, you have $150 for one of these. You do buy one get one free, but they're also getting 20. They're paying $112. Let's say they're getting free shipping. It's over $100. So then we're shipping it to Canada. So now you're factoring in maybe $30, $35 to get it to them fast enough in Canada, from us at least. Then you factor in, $40 to $60 of product cost. So you got about $10 to $13 of margin on 2 of these, buy one get one free in that scenario, right? So then you go, well, that's not the most profitable, 1,000 a day. Okay, you're getting out there, people leaving reviews, but you factor in a return percentage, a refund rate, chargeback rate, which isn't high in our business, but it's still something. So start to go from $13 to maybe $5 the order that we're selling. So that's not enough. And so what we started to do is we started to say, okay, if we're going to do buy one get one free, we can't top of that as heavily because then we're going to lose money. We can't do the really big product. We can do buy 3 of these, get 3 free. So like each product has its profitability breakdown. Every single one is different. Toothpaste is expensive to make. We make it in the USA. We can't give you buy with free shipping. We would lose money. But we can give you buy 3, get, and maybe give you free shipping or reduced shipping for $5. So you start to break it down, and you got to make sure you have at least 25-30% at the end of it all to for anything that might go wrong, a bad batch of product. You got to have space there. If not, you're just promoting to get customers. Yes, there's SMS and email. So what percentage are you going to make back email? If you have Amazon, there's spillover. So how many people are going to convert on Amazon as well? So let's say it's 15% on Amazon, 15% SMS and email combined. That's 30%. You can apply that to your margin, knowing that you can estimate that 30% money you make is going to come in returning customer sales in the next 12. That's an estimate. You do conservative at 15%. So now that allows you to say, okay, I can do buy one, get one free on this product. I can do buy two, get one on these ones. And then I can do buy three, get three free on these ones. And so you start, and then if you have more than one product, you can do like buy a teeth whitening kit, get a brush or get a brush for $49 when you buy a whitening kit for $99 or something. You don't want to do too complex because it confuses. You got to make sure that you're testing offers. And this is the number one problem of entrepreneurs, especially in e-commerce. They're not testing offers enough. Testing
100% true.
They're not testing ads. It's copywriting, landing pages if they're really smart, and on top of it, landing pages, we are doing enough for that. So landing pages, ads, but then the actual product, the main image, the offer, the payment plan, the value. Offers a free toothbrush, they buy a whitening, or is it a free whitening kit when they buy a toothbrush? Which one is more profitable? The business owner needs to know that. Can we split this for a week each and see which offer, evergreen, really strong offer for us? People aren't enough. They're simply testing everything else except the actual challenging the price product. So for example, with Snow, we are a high-end leader in terms of price and volume in oral care, period, in terms of volume especially. So at our price points, no one more product, $300 wireless kit, nobody does that. So we're now become more affordable and accessible for. So like I said, our toothpaste launched at like 16 to 18 bucks. Now it's 12 to 14 bucks, and maybe one day it'll be $9.90. So that's a couple bucks more than the competitors out there. A ton more value that the customer's getting. That's going to expand our market a lot more. But we spent $100 million in advertising, showing people 50 million visitors that we had. They saw we are a prestige price brand. So depending on your brand, you got to think about your business. Really try to come up with 5 different offers, different price points, payment plans. What can you do with maybe a starter for $29 that you can use as a trip to upsell into the larger kit? What are the things that you can play with? That is probably the biggest from a conversion rate optimization standpoint. The other is calling your customer. Traditional old school stuff that I spend most of my day doing. I don't call
nice. Yourself.
Calling them is huge.
But by yourself? Or... No, I said calling your customers by yourself.
I started doing it myself, and now we've got a team, right? So we've got a few people on the phones calling them, but every once in a while I jump on and I call abandoned carts. So we have a service now with customerfeedback.com, which is our company. Do this for some of our friends and other clients. We took what worked in Snow and now we offer as a service, right? So what we were doing in Snow is calling high value order customers. So somebody that's spent more than $100 more than 3 times with us, call them and say, hey, Anatoliy from Snow, I want to thank you for being a valued Snow customer. I see it's been a few months since you've ordered any whitening products with us, We have some new, if I can send those out to you, totally free on the house. I have you on the phone though. Would you like to reorder some teeth whitening serum? It looks like you could be out. I can give you 5% off if you add that to your order today, and I'll still give you the free sample, full size strips. I think you're going to love them. So now we've got these calls to turn them into higher lifetime value, get them to trial and sell new products, get them to leave reviews, and into a subscriber. So it's like, hey, I see you've ordered from us 5 times in the last 6 months. We do have a subscription program. Why don't I put together a subscription program with you here that you feel comfortable with, so that way you don't have to keep coming back and ordering from us. We can just take it with no worry, and I'll give you a special discount if we knock it. Give me 2 minutes and I can knock it all out. So now you convert the repeat customer into a subscription customer on the as a service at customerfeedback.com. But I started myself internally calling abandoned cart customers. Hey, I saw that you were on the Snow website and you weren't able to complete your order. I'm so sorry. I can go ahead and complete that for you. Credit card ending in 1885. Would you like to add some to your order? 25% off. I highly recommend it. You're gonna love it. 30-day money back guarantee, stuff. So I put it in scripts, and we refined it over time. It's different brands, right? But that's another area that could add 15% to your bottom line. That people just, it sounds too simple. They're not going to do it, which is why we offer it as a service now, hands off, because people are just like. But if you wanted to try it yourself, you could go and call your customers yourself and just see if you can convert a few of them from an abandoned checkout into an order. And all of a sudden your ROAS goes from 2.5 to 3.0 because of the kind of metrics that we're talking about.
It's huge.
It changes the game for somebody.
It's huge, man. It's really a huge difference. I mean, just things. And, here is as well about one of the last questions I'll ask you for today. Like one of you. Here is as well asked from the live stream. How do you build the great products that stands out? Any specific traits of methods that essential over the years? So like some really specific methods which is help you out to move forward. Like it's like you have this kind of strips, but after that you finish up with such incredible, outstanding lines of the products in your brand. Figure it out. How do you brainstorm about the ideas? Do you have a team for that? It's you or whatever it is.
It's a lot of me, and it's got to be you. If you're the founder in this business, and I can't do what I do without my marvelous team, that's because I've got the same 8 hours as everybody. But if you're a product company, which Snow is a product brand and it's a product company, be super close to products. And I've got a partner who's vice president of product development. She's my and for all of those things, my partner. And so we're coming up with ideas together, of course, but we're at the market. So if you're in personal care or you're in weight loss, whatever, you want to go to Sephora, you want to go to the high-end beauty. Even if you're like, oh, I'm a dude going into these makeup stores, I go every week. Every time to pull me out of Neiman Marcus. I'm looking at all of the makeup. I'm looking at, I'm buying stuff. I spend $500-$600 and I give gift cards to different people on the team to go and shop the coolest, trendiest packaging stuff. Look at this eyeliner. Maybe we could use this for our lip balm. So obviously going to expos. Sometimes even if you go physically, you can go look at all the sponsors in the booth, go to their websites and you can see what they do. It's almost like you're there and you don't have to leave your chair. So I do that. I'm also reading publications. So even fashion magazines, I'm looking at, there aren't a lot of magazines for me to read for Snow. So I've got to look at sneaker website, fashion websites. I go to cosmetic stores, and I'm trying to see how do perfume companies market their products, the packaging, and I'm bringing that into and translating that the way I would like to. And that gives me a huge advantage. And then podcast, reading, YouTube, researching in the middle of the night. I'm constantly looking up different brands. I buy stuff from Instagram a lot. So I'm constantly an algorithm buying different products, different fun to the teams. And then the last piece is I use my team is my biggest tool. So, hey guys, we want to use all the top sellers on Amazon. Where are the price? How do we become more competitive? We'll do like analytical data kind of research together, and I'll use a website called askwonder.com, and you can ask Wonder. It's like Fiverr for brains. So for a few $100 to $1,000, I question, and it's kind of like, because you can use ChatGPT as well, but I will trends coming up in oral care, research some of the products that won awards in the last 12 months for innovation, research the top sellers on Amazon, some trends. And a person will spend a couple days doing this for you and come back with 2-3 pages of results. And you're essentially crowdsourcing or outsourcing your own research. It takes a lot of time to Google and do all this stuff. And then you can see and go, wow, watermelon is a flavor of toothpaste that's gaining popularity. Oh, wow, it's really a toothbrush that's made of bamboo. That's really interesting. Should we do something like that? Oh, this makeup company is using a special type of water ingredient. Can we do that? How much would that cost? So a little bit of everything. Magazines, when I travel at the airport, I'm grabbing the magazines, flipping through them. Most looking at ads. So I'm looking just at the ads. What are they now? What ingredients are standing out? What's top selling on Amazon? Which ingredients stand out? Kind of piece together trend forecasting essentially, and then leaning on some people, but you can't lean on everyone else. Anytime I rely on others too much for innovation and that I lose it a little bit, and then I've got to pull it back in to make sure that it's following that track, because until we have the rest of our products built, we still have a lot of work to do. I've got to still be pretty close to it, not because but because products can cost a lot of money. Once they're created, you have to sell them. If they don't sell, you have to then liquidate them. You have to write them off. You have to donate them. It creates a lot of from product development. And so I want to at least be the blame, because I was involved so heavily. They go, well, Josh said to launch the pink toothbrush and it didn't sell well. I go, you know what? I did. And here's why I thought it. And here's what we're going to do about it. So being very involved. And the last piece actually is customer reviews, reading your reviews. And then there are now ChatGPT Chrome plugins from Amazon. The one's called Shuli, SHULY, name, but it analyzes all the reviews on an Amazon product listing and gives you from the reviews. When I was writing Snow in the very beginning, I got the ideas from Amazon, Target, Walmart. I was looking at all the top selling teeth whitening products, all the reviews from Yelp, etc. I hired a couple people on freelance.com to help me analyze some of the reviews, a few $100, but that's how I started Snow. Now with ChatGPT and all these tools that we have, I'm able to be like, oh, our floss picks, they need to have charcoal on them. They need to have really strong so they don't break. They need to be travel friendly. We know really quickly based off of where the gaps are in the market. And that's never possible before. So it's never been easier.
By using this kind of software on the Amazon, right. Am I right? So you're really gathering all this info in a couple of clicks instead of spending thousands and thousands of dollars on research and time, the most important time. It's insane.
The trick is
great.
The trick is to train your team, because if you do it, I only have 8 hours in a day, so I can Zoom screen recording, so I can show my team to do it, and then I can hold them accountable to do it. But the trick is that even if you have one team member, a virtual assistant, you want to You want to show them these tools, because then the trick is you want going to 100 listings a day for you, finding pockets of opportunity. Like, oh, Anatoliy, if we came out with a fat burner nation really strong based on what I'm seeing in Helium 10, which tells you how much they're selling, Shuli, which tells you the cons and pros of the reviews. So clicks and a few $100, let's say, you know exactly what product you should be creating. Now you can go that resource, that supplier. You can use ChatGPT. You can go to Ask Wonder and say, find me an American supplier for shoelaces that can make something eco-friendly. I know I can find it, but I don't want to spend the time. Spend the $100. That person finds you 5 suppliers. You hop on a phone call with them, and you're going. And there's 99 designs, Fiverr, Up, Surpass, Clarity, Data. There are all these tools that have never been available before for a few $1,000 to have $1 million competitive advantage, starting with the best supplier, the best pros and cons. So immediately your product is better than what's out there. You know what to write in your copy. You can write it because you know what to call out. So the world we live in today is fascinating, and marketing is definitely tough. Is going through a little bit of a dip in terms of online acquisition, inflation. There's all this stuff going on. But if you look at this is going to go, for example, in personal care, today only 16% of the market is online. In 2030, 40% of that market will be buying online. So over 3 times growth just by staying long enough in business. There'll be more opportunity. And so best time to start businesses is now, best time to stay in business now, and best time to sell businesses now. We're not a brokerage, so we help our members in Powerhouse, our mastermind, but we help the greater public sell their businesses. So we just sold a business for $8.1 million for one of our members. So Dealflow Brokerage is the name of that, dealflowbrokerage.com. It's a great time to buy a business. People are kind of frantic and they're looking at selling. So it's a very, 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 very opportunistic, with just another year of hard times in terms of commerce acquisition. And Facebook's never going to be the way that it used to be. It's changed. You've got to use landing pages. You've got to use more creative. You've got to test your offer. You've got to expand your product. You've got to get smarter with your email and SMS. They're all this SEO. Everyone gave up on SEO for years because they were running paid ads. You got to SEO. You can buy time with the tactics I'm sharing with you. So it's kind of, what's old is new again. And the best brands, the best operating marketing entrepreneurs are going to win. The people that can extra mile are going to swallow up. And I'll share one thing with you. A good friend of mine, Dave Barham from VMG Partners, he's raised billions of dollars. They have some of the best brands in the world in their portfolio. A lot. He said, Josh, in the next few years, the brands that emerge are going to be premium on the multiple because they have thrived and emerged through that. And so it's a really, really good time right now to focus on reinforcing your business so you can have a very successful next few years and hopefully a very successful exit in your business as well.
Amazing, man. Really, it's a huge, which is like quite easy to understand, but hard to like figure it out at the beginning that what's important. That's so simple. It's so awesome, man. And especially thanks for mentioning the resources, which is like, guys, this is going to be on the recording and it will be on our podcast platform in audio. So with the good quality, even if internet is lagging on YouTube, on the people saying about that. Like it will be on the podcast in on all the Spotify, Apple podcasts everywhere, so you can listen audio and take all the advantage from George sharing with you exactly the sources which you have to use. It's so simple, and especially those resources will give you huge advantage. And George, I have one last question to you from my side.
Sure.
Just please let me know like if it's okay, because like I know you're running out of time. And really exciting to see.
All right, then I'll jump. Yeah, let's do one more, and then I'll.
It's question.
We definitely got to schedule a follow-up for everybody here too.
Definitely, because we have much. I just see that we can speak hours, and it's so valuable
Yes.
information. So this is the question which is I always ask everyone on my podcast. It's a simple one to hear your point of view, especially with the level of the businesses, not business, several businesses out there which you're building. I want to hear your opinion about that. So
Sure.
what would you choose, the journey or end result?
The journey or the end result. I can tell you now I have figured it out. So I thought it was the pursuit of happiness. It's the pursuit is my happiness. So the journey, it gives me purpose. It's what bed this morning to come and be on this podcast and knock out some work, to meet with my team. This is my sport. I've accepted that. I am an entrepreneur's on ever know anything else. It's all I will ever know. I want to talk about entrepreneurship. I want to do it. But I also have learned that I balance. And so I think that there's a balance between, I would always choose the journey because growth is in the journey, not the destination. And growth is uncomfortable. And I think that part of the human experience is to maximize without your health, your relationships, your marriage, your relationship with your kids, all super like important. But if you can put yourself in a position where you can enjoy the journey and enjoy the challenges, the hard parts, nothing's as hard as it seems, nothing's as good as it seems. Everything will, and this is part of my journey, and there's a reason I'm going through this. Everything happens for me. And I think the journey is what gives me life more so than the destination, the material, all that stuff. I like the freedom it provides, not just like time, the creative expression freedom that being an entrepreneur provides, and controlling that is something that I think I could never give up. And then I don't know what I would do in terms of being at the journey. I want to be a great father. I want to spend as much time as I can with my wife, and it's important to me in the future and now. But I think I'll always be focused on the journey and helping others. The journey is it's really what my addiction is, the joy of achievement through myself and helping others. That's all a part of the journey and not so much the destination. Although being at the destination allows me to take a break and allows me to help some others. So I think there's a little bit of a balance, but if I could choose one, I would choose the journey all day.
Amazing. It's awesome to hear from a person like you, from with the level of businesses which you're running. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. And George, seriously, we're looking forward for the follow-up session, maybe in a couple of months, because first, in many products, many businesses, in 3 months, it will be different, and especially more questions will come in for sure. Awesome, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the podcast with us.
Thank you.